So you mentioned talking about the pre-approval that our agent, our realtor was someone we looked to for advice on lenders. So with that, how did we know our agent was the right one? Our real estate agent was the right one for us.
So funny enough, we actually didn't hire our agent like a lot of people do. We were actually just kind of matched with her when we were looking at houses on Zillow. When we scheduled to see a house, she was just kind of the agent that was matched with us to do the initial tour. And our agent works through the realtor Poley-Baier. So when we met up with her on the first tour for the first house that we saw, I'm not gonna lie, I was initially a little skeptical just because there was kind of a big age difference. So I thought maybe she wasn't gonna be able to like understand exactly what we might be looking for, or but I was wrong. We ended up sticking with her because she was super patient. She listened to all of our wants and needs, and she did understand what we were looking for. She had around 15 years of experience working as a real estate agent, and she was just incredibly friendly. She was super prompt with her responses with us, and she really just made us feel comfortable working with her.
Felt like she really cared about us and
Yeah,
still cares about us.
yeah. It wasn't just another like sale to her. Yeah, we felt like we could go and celebrate and get drinks with her after.
Okay, so follow up with that and talking about our agent, how she really cared about what we wanted and listened to what we were looking for in a house. Her name was Cheryl, by the way.
Yeah, sure, rule.
So with that, when we were discussing with Cheryl, were there any non-negotiables, so to speak, that we had in mind when we started looking for a house, or just kind of as the search evolved? Was there anything that made us think we wouldn't buy a house if it didn't have it, or vice versa?
Um, yeah, there were a couple of things. So, because we live in a smaller two-bedroom apartment right now, um, almost anything was going to be an improvement in terms of space, but we wanted to make sure that we had more square footage wherever we were going. For me personally, one of my non-negotiables was having a bigger kitchen, just because I like to bake a little bit. Ryan likes to cook. We spend a lot of time in our kitchen, and we just wanted to be able to have a bigger, more updated, modern kitchen from what we have right now. Space to prepare food, have more counter space, that kind of thing. Room for all of our appliances and whatnot. So having a bigger, updated kitchen was definitely a non-negotiable.
Is that something that we found with this house?
It definitely is. Yes, our kitchen is beautiful. Um, Another really big one was that we had to have a fenced-in backyard. We wanted to have a fenced-in backyard because we have a dog. I'm sure you guys all know our dog Casper. He has very high energy and he loves being outside. And we have a big backyard right now, but it's not fully fenced in. So we wanted to be able to just have the freedom to let our dog outside whenever we wanted to and just let him enjoy his time. So having a bigger kitchen, having a bigger fenced in backyard, more storage space. We wanted to make sure that we had enough room to store stuff, all of our stuff if we needed to. We also wanted to make sure that we were not necessarily right in the city. We wanted to be a little bit farther away from kind of major development. We wanted to feel like we had a little bit of privacy compared to what we have right now, and that we were in a safe area. That's really a big non-negotiable for us. So, and luckily, our agent Cheryl found us a great house. She, really helped us find places that we liked, and we ended up finding one that met all of those. Well, yes, all of those non-negotiables. Our backyard is a little bit smaller than we wanted, but it is fenced in, and we got the kitchen, and We have more space and storage.
There's something else in that yard too that we weren't actually looking for.
Yes.
But
So, on the other hand, something that was not on our list of things that we wanted was a pool. As a first-time home buyer, it's not really something that you would normally seek out to have an in-ground pool.
at least not us first-time home buyers.
At least not us first-time home buyers. It is a very big expense, and there's a lot of responsibility and upkeep that comes with a pool. But we ended up loving the rest of the house so much that we decided to make it work. So there is a lot of compromise that comes with home buying.
Nice. So overall, when it was all said and done, how many different houses do you think we saw?
So we probably saw between 15 and 20 houses before we finally found the one.
And how much time was between, like, when we first started and when we got the one?
So we started looking in like the middle of January of this year, and then found our house a little over a month later, towards the end of February. So just over a month.
Can you give me exact dates, please?
No, I cannot. We got the offer from we got the call that our offer was accepted in our house on February 20th, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, but you're getting ahead of us now. How did we feel, or maybe how did you feel when we made our first offer?
The first offer, we were both really nervous, but really excited. We had never done this before, and it happened really, really, really fast.
How fast are we talking?
Like, we saw a house on a Sunday, and we had to make an offer on it literally a few hours later.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Not recommended, guys.
Not recommended, no. But it was a good crash course in home buying.
Yes. Started to learn real quick.
Very quickly, yeah.
About a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. So when we decided to make an offer on a house, what things did we discuss with our agent, Cheryl?
So the main thing was after looking at the asking price for the house that we were interested in, we let our agent know what we wanted to offer, what we wanted to put down.
Did we ever offer the asking price?
No.
Less?
No. Always asked over. At least right now. Yeah, asking
offered over.
Yeah, we offered over. Sorry.
And okay, so we discussed, of course, what we wanted to offer, like starting offer price.
Yeah. So we discussed what we actually wanted to offer on the house. We discussed whether or not we wanted to like waive the inspection or require an inspection for the offer to go through.
So why would we ever?
Accepted.
Why would we ever waive the inspection? Isn't that a pretty crucial part of it?
It is a pretty crucial part of it. However, right now, with the current market, a lot of people, to be competitive, are unfortunately having to waive things like the home inspection. In our case, we actually got our house having waived the home inspection. That wasn't why we got the house, but we had lost an offer before that we placed, maybe because we didn't waive it. So we thought, to be safe, we would waive it on the house that we ended up getting. So, but I would say, if you're ever thinking of waiving the inspection, do it on a house that you feel is actually pretty solid, that you would be safe waiving it. And just to be clear, even though we waived it on our house, we are still having an inspection done after we move in, just for our own peace of mind.
I was going to say, well, how many offers did we actually make?
Maybe 6, 5.
It was 5.
Okay.
Fifth one got accepted. And the first 4, we asked for the inspection. believe, on the first 4, right?
At all of them, yeah, except for the last one.
So yeah, in the last one, like you said, we felt strongly enough about it. It looked like a solid house. We took a bunch of pictures and
Asked a couple of people that we trusted with home repairs, who we knew would approve of our waiving the home inspection.
it worked out.
It did.
Even though it turns out we didn't actually need to waive the inspection to get it accepted, but
And in addition to that, there is one thing that we also discussed with our agent that both of us were not even aware of. That is the escalation clause. So the escalation clause was something that was added into the offer that essentially said that up to a certain dollar amount, we would offer $1,000 more than the next highest bidder, or offer, I should say. So if we offered made an offer to get a house for $250,000, but there was someone else who bid offered $255,000, then we would go above them $1,000 to $256, up to a certain point. So we put a cap on it, so we wouldn't go too high over our budget.
and that was something that Cheryl, I think, mentioned to us right away, and we liked the idea of it.
Yeah.
And just made sense.
It did. It made a lot of sense.